Good afternoon and welcome back to the Hornet Action News. I'm Winta, as you know. Today is September 5th, 2018, and welcome back to the new school year. We have a lot of things going on, as always. Always hustling and bustling, you know. So we're going to start with issues concerning, the first couple of weeks of school. If you have any scheduling problems, please talk to your guidance counselor very, very soon, because you only have 10 days to change it. Anything on your schedule, you only have 10 days to change. And, if you do not do it within those 10 days, you're stuck with whatever class that you have. So please be aware. Any questions, especially freshmen, any questions that you have about your classes, schedule, anything at all, please go see your guidance. They are here to help you. Okay. So as always, uniform is very important. East Hartford High, dress code has to be, respected. But this year there have been a couple changes. For example, new uniforms have been made, I guess, and there have been some delays with the uniforms. But until you get them, please wear last year's uniform. Another thing is approved Hornet gear. Whether they be hoodies or, like just regular dry fit t-shirts are okay. That's a new thing. I know a lot of students are very happy about hoodies. But what you have to make sure is that your hoodies have to be East Hartford approved. They have to have Hornets or East Hartford or a sports team. Otherwise, you cannot wear them. So be aware. And dry fit shirts or anything that you get from sports team are only allowed on Fridays. And of course, pants are, the same old new ones. So last year, we had problem with library. There were very few librarians and a lot of students. So to combat that problem, there is a new library pass procedure. What you have to do as a student is go to the website tinyurl.com/EHHS sign up. It's going to be in the screen, in bold, in big. But you go to that website, you enter your first and last name, your teacher's name for whatever period. For example, if you have Mr. X for period B, and you would put Mr. X's name. It's very easy once you go on the website. And you would reserve a spot. And this is not just for computers, this is just for going to the library at all, because last year was a very big problem where there were like an influx of students and not a lot of people to supervise them. So this is very tedious, but I guess it helps. We'll see. So yeah, that is the library pass procedure, the new one. Many clubs going on in East Hartford, as always. For example, Hornet Action News, which is what I'm doing right now, meets every Wednesdays. Mock Trial has an informational meeting September 6th after school, of course, in room 103. You learn about the club, what case they're doing this year, competition and whatnot. There's also a blood drive meeting this Thursday. Anyone who wishes to volunteer and not donate blood for the annual blood drive should be, and if you are interested, you should go to this meeting in room 204 Thursday. National Honor Society, there's also a meeting Thursday. This is a mandatory general meeting, like for people interested in being a member. It's at Thursday, East Lecture Hall at 2:20. And please see Mrs. Hawkslad in room 127B if there's any conflict. So this is kind of for seniors, yes. The registration deadline for the October 6th SAT is Friday, basically. And you have to register online through College Board. And if you don't, you're going to have to wait up in, I think, December maybe, or November to take the SATs again. So, you know, if you want to just get it over with, might as well just do it now. So, service learning is a big part of East Stratford High. You need 30 hours to graduate. More is always better, though. You know, it looks good on applications, on whatever it is. It just makes you look like a well-rounded member of the society if they can see that you volunteered more than 30 hours, you know? 30 is good, but more is better. But the Silver Lane Bowling Alley needs volunteers for handicap bowling. Every Friday from 4 to 6:30. Bring your friends, your family, whatever, anybody that wants to volunteer. Or just play, I guess. See Miss Cody in guidance for more information. If you are interested in politics and political issues going on in our political climate, I guess, Youth Services works with the registrator's office every year to organize students to help with voter registration, because it is very simple, but not a lot of people do it. The spots are limited to 8 to 12 juniors and seniors. If you have any question, and if you are interested, see Miss Cody in guidance. For more service learning, one more. Mr. Bacon always is looking help filming games and after-school events after school, obviously. But stop by in room 138 or 225A, excuse me, to inquire about these service learning opportunities. But for more, there's plenty going on in Connecticut, in East Stratford, or just anywhere. And if you are interested in doing community service service learning things, I guess, and it's not offered here in the East Stratford High, you can go to http www.volunteerconnecticut.org, and you can find tons of local opportunities. So there are plenty of clubs here in the high school, but if there is one that you are interested in and it's not offered, you can make a club. You need 10 members and an adult willing to supervise, and you'll be all set. So yeah, that East Stratford High 350 Environmental Club meets Wednesdays after school, I believe. It's in room 128A. See Mr. Swed or Mr. Sparks if you cannot attend, or if you are interested and have questions. Everyone is welcome, all students, all grades. Miss P, the soccer coach, is looking for sideline runners for the girls' varsity soccer games. So if you are interested, go to room 231A and ask questions. All right, so couple things from last school year. Almost 96% of the juniors of the junior class last year participated in the SAT prep, which is a very good free class offered here at East Stratford High. It helps with the SATs. It prepares you to take the test and eventually get a good score. So 96% is a big number, yes. East Stratford High also averaged nearly 95 attendance rate, so we are doing really good, and that's one of our strongest factors as a school. But of course, you know, 96%, 95% is not 100%, so always room for improvement. And just over 93% of students at East Stratford High are on track. So on track is basically like you have your credits, you have the right GPA to, you know, move on from grade to grade. You have all the credits you need for all the years you've gone to school, or, you know, whatever. So that's 93% is a very high number. So yeah, there's that. And for seniors, mostly seniors, because you guys are the ones that are worried about this. SAT, as I said, there's one in October 6th. The deadline for registration is September 7th. It's done here at East Hartford High. The next SAT is going to be November 3rd. You have to register by October 5th to be eligible. Is it free? I think I'm not sure. Is it free, the SAT? Or do you have to pay? Okay, so you do have to pay, but maybe it's not a lot if you get free or reduced lunch. So please ask your guidance counselors and anybody that knows about this, because the SATs are really important. You do need them to graduate, and you do need them to get into most colleges. But as I found out today, the ACTs are a great alternative. They're basically the SATs, but instead of like being graded on this 1,600 scale, it's like from, I don't know, like 20 to 30 or something like that. But it's basically the same test, and it's like back in the West Coast apparently. Instead of taking the SATs, they take the ACTs, and both of them are like made by very prominent Ivy League colleges, Stanford and Princeton, and they're the same, but the SAT is, as I've heard today, very doable and much easier. So if that is something you're interested in, I suggest doing that, because that's definitely what I'm doing. You have to pay, but I'd rather pay for the ACTs, get a really good score once, than have to like keep paying for the SATs and just fail. But anyways, I'm talking too much. So the next ACT is October 27th. You have to register by September 28th, so you have time. And the one after that, we have one December 8th. You have to register by November 2nd. And up until June, there's testings up until June. Same thing with SATs. And for SATs, I think there's going to be a school-wide SAT in October. So that one is free. But yeah, so please ask questions. Questions are always welcome, especially about the ACTs, because they never really tell you much about those. It's like SAT, and you're like, but I really don't understand half of the content here. And like the thing is, I'm really talking to myself, but you're supposed to like understand like most of it apparently. But if you don't, that's okay. That's why the ACT is a great alternative. That's what I heard. So don't take my word for it, but like also do a little bit. Okay. Anyways, so Mr. Leroy, as many of you know, is no longer here anymore. He is the interim principal at Mayberry School. I think that's an elementary school here in East Hartford. But Mr. Lavoy, the basketball coach, the teacher, has replaced Mr. Leroy as the interim assistant principal for the House 11. So juniors, you have a new assistant principal, maybe temporary, maybe permanent, we don't know, but just letting you know. And of course, Mr. Fody is House 9, Miss Marion is House 10, and Miss Anderson is House 12. Everything is the same, just that, Mr. Leroy is no longer here with us. So September is here, apparently. And there's a lot of activities going on. For example, we have open house on September 20th, I think. That's also a half day, I believe. Club Expo is going on through the week of September 17th. It's basically, if you don't know what clubs to join, just wait until the 17th, and there'll be like each lunch wave, there'll be like boards and, you know, like bulletins of each club here at East Hartford High. Information, how to join, when to join, all of that. I mean, you can join like, it's like rolling admissions kind of thing.
Hello, this is Hornet Action News, and I'm interviewing the volleyball team. Yeah, okay. So, my first question for you guys is, gosh, I'm bad at this. My first question for you guys is, what exercises do you do to warm up for volleyball?
What we do this challenge called a coker, and pretty much we do bear crawls, we do ladders, a whole bunch of sprinting, mountain climbers, and stuff like that. And then we warm up with like passing drills and hitting drills and serving drills.
Awesome. My next question for you guys is, when's your next game?
Our first game is Friday, you know, come support. It's versus South Windsor, 5 o'clock, you know what I'm saying?
How do you guys think you guys are going to do on that next, on your first game?
I feel like the ladies have really been working hard, and we've been, you know, like dedicated to volleyball, coming to volleyball at 5 o'clock in the morning, working our behinds off. So I feel like as long as we keep working, like how hard as we are working, I feel like we're gonna take the dub.
Thank you. Hello, I'm here with the girls swim team, and I would like to ask you guys some questions. The first question I have for you guys is, how do you train?
So our coaches put up some sets in drills that focus on techniques with our arms, our legs, flip turns, basically the whole stroke all in one. And we do that multiple times. Usually every practice we do 4 to 5 miles in one, so it's a lot.
The next question I have for you guys is, when's your first meet?
Our first meet is on Tuesday, and it's against Bristol Eastern, but it's away. But our first home meet is on Friday, and it's against Eastern at 3 here in the pool.
Thank you for your time. Thank you. Hello, I'm here with the badminton team. Badminton, right? Okay, awesome. I would like to ask you guys some questions. First question is, what exercises or training do you do here?
Well, we first start off with some running. We first start off with some running back and forth. We do 50%, 75%, then 90% multiple times, and then we come back, and then
after we're done with that, we just like start warming up, like really warming up. We do some lunges, jumping jacks, and my least favorite, push-ups, and I guess some squats. Not really though. Karaoke.
You guys call it a match? Yeah. When's your first match?
It's on the 18th of this month. That's our first match. I think it's a home one, right?
I think it's away.
It's away?
Surprise question. How do you think you're going to do on your first match?
We're playing against Porters, and they're really good. Like, some of them have been playing since they were little, so we're going to get roasted.
I have confidence in you guys. Thank you for your time, though.
Thank you for interviewing.
So, football has a game this week on Friday, but it is away at South Windsor. So, you know, it doesn't hurt to come and support. But if going away is not your vibe, it's okay, because September 14th is the first home football game against Conard. I think I said that right. So be there, or be square. Come support. It's the first home game. The boys are preparing for a great season, just like they had last year. They're doing really good at practice and whatnot. So please come and support. And yeah. So that is it for this week. Really brief. and long at the same time because I was just talking. But anyways, thank you for tuning in. Welcome back and have a good day.